Happy Tuesday morning, June 6th, 2017.
Yay.
So I'm munching away on food here. I'm making sure that the correct microphone is set up. I think our sound is going to be much better because I've got you over good speakers now.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad to know it.
But I got to turn up the bass. I got to turn up your bass. Okay. Okay, so what are you working on? What are you looking at over there?
Try one of my PayPal. One of my cards was what is it called? Expired.
Yeah.
So I have an auto payment for something, but it's not showing me. I just updated the card, but now I don't know how to. Okay, let me do that. All right. I just typed to read. I don't want to read.
and I got an email this morning from Square saying, here's your verification code, and that somebody was trying to change my password, and it said if this wasn't you, click here, so I clicked there. Somebody's trying to hack my Square credit card processing account.
That's a big no thank you from me.
All right. I'm going to go on and look at stories. I'm working on my grandson's card today. I was going to work on something else, but then I realized it was a gift for somebody who might actually be watching, so I can't do that. So let's look at funny stories. Weird news.
Okay, I'll fix this. Yay.
Kind of overcast here today. Rained yesterday.
Oh no, did it?
Oh God, police, 100 plus reptiles found inside New York home in Coral Place.
Oh my gosh.
Real life and illegal reptile house with more than 100 animals crawling and, I'm clicking on the story, and slithering around the property. Police in Nassau County, which is where I'm from, Nassau County, found out about the reptile collection inside the Coral Place home because the owners reported a break-in at the residence, WCBS TV reports. Many of the animals are banned in New York State, and some, like a baby alligator and a boa constrictor, are considered extremely dangerous. People are idiots. They're probably trading, illegal, selling illegal and making a profit. And,
yeah. Oh, yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, that wasn't so weird because, weird 20 years ago is almost becoming the norm now. People are no longer shocked by stories like that.
That's a shame.
Okay, that's dumb. I'm skipping over the ones that I don't think are... Baby bear trapped in car. Police got it out. Idaho woman finds 1938 Nazi explosive in parents' shed.
Well, that's fun.
Let's read this one.
Yeah, let's do that one.
Meridian, Ohio. An Idaho... Oh, I'm sorry, not Ohio. Idaho. Get it right, Beth. An Idaho woman said she discovered a Nazi explosive as she was helping her parents clean out their shed. Diana Landa identified the artifact by a Nazi insignia in the year 1938 etched on the bottom of it. It still had a propellant on it, she said. Landa's parents have lived in their Meridian home for 25 years. They said they hardly used the old shed they cleaned out last week. They have no idea where the explosive came from and how it got there. Previous owners, maybe? Landa brought the bomb back to her home in Kuna, Idaho, and had planned to keep the artifact or donate it to a museum, but a coworker recommended she talk to an expert first. Yeah, you think? Thing could still be live. It could still be live. He's like really into history, Landa said of the coworker. He was saying it could be an explosive and how unstable these things can be if they're old. Landa had been keeping the item in her own shed, but she worried about what might happen to her neighbors if her coworker was right.
Yeah, really.
The Mountain Home Air Force Base bomb squad confirmed her co-worker's suspicions. The squad arrived to to Landa's home on Thursday and x-rayed the device. The team identified it as a World War II-era 37mm German round that was found to be hazardous and has since destroyed it via detonation, according to a public affairs spokeswoman for the base. Landa shared the news of her discovery on Facebook. She considered it a once-in-a-lifetime experience. "It's a little scary," she said. "Now I think about it, we should have been more careful, but we didn't know anything about weapons." You know, they're constantly doing construction down in Charleston, historic Charleston, and every now and then they'll come across an old cannonball, an undetonated cannonball, and they have to halt everything they're doing and call in. The Air Force Base is right over here, so they usually have something to do with the Air Force Base, and they take it away and destroy it under controlled conditions. So that happens quite often. But, old Civil War cannonballs, kind of cool that, it's sad that they can't somehow preserve it, but it's dangerous.
Here we go. I think I fixed it.
Good.
I think so.
Artist uses felt to recreate New York City grocery store.
Oh, interesting.
Let me see if there's any pictures. If there's pictures, I will show. I will show our audience of 0. It's a bodega. A British artist has recreated the contents of a city bodega entirely in felt, the soft material usually favored by the school-going set. Not true. That's not true. The writer of this article, it doesn't know what they're talking about. Felting is a big thing right now. There's needle felted stuff all over Etsy and Pinterest. All right. I'm skipping that one. The title pretty much said it all. If you want details, you can go to Yahoo Weird News. All right. Let's see. There was some yesterday that I saw. They got a lot of ads on this page on the mobile site.
What kind of ad? Oh, I don't like it when they do that.
Yahoo Weird News.
Talker?
Okay, here's one from June 5th. This is from yesterday. Inmate planned to escape prison in box, buried in sawdust. Auburn, New York again. An inmate at a maximum security prison claimed he repeatedly practiced a daring escape plan involving a coffin-like box hidden under tons of sawdust, and that guards never noticed what he was up to.
What?
Gordon Woody Mower, who is serving a life sentence without parole for killing his parents 2 decades ago, good Lord, told the Post-Standard of Syracuse that he practiced escaping Auburn Correctional Facility 50 times before guards discovered his plan in April of 2015, 2 months before two convicted killers cut their way out of a different maximum security prison in upstate New York. His plan involved being buried alive in a bottomless 3-foot by 4-foot wooden box under a big mound of sawdust produced by the prison's woodworking shop where furniture is made. The sawdust is hauled away regularly in a tractor trailer by a local farmer who uses it as horse bedding. Mower said the plot failed when another inmate tipped off the guards. He was ratted out by a fellow inmate. The newspaper reported Monday that the planned escape was confirmed by prison records sent to Mower's lawyers at Prison Legal Services. All right, blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to see if there's anything more interesting to this. No, yeah, they're talking about improvements to the security, and yeah, okay. All right, on to the next. On to the next story. Ad. Come on, Yahoo. Okay, here's one. I'm not going to read the story. I'll just read the title. Man jumps into moving car to save driver having a seizure. That was
I could probably predict how that went.
Yeah. Yeah. That was in Illinois. Dixon, Illinois. Mom spends $25,000 on exotic cars, sand camel for son's prom. Oh, sand and camel for son's prom. No, that's excess. We're not going to read stupidity. We're not reading stupidity. Okay.
How much money did she spend?
$25,000 on exotic cars. I mean, what? I think you can buy an eighth of an exotic car with $25,000. I don't know what she did.
I don't know. No, maybe she rented it.
Convenience store Dawa DAWA agrees to change agrees to change name after Wawa suit. So Dawa Wawa.
It's a legitimate name in Korean. It means welcome. So it's like kind of rude that they made them change it.
Where was that? Patterson, New Jersey.
It had to be this area because Wawa's in our area. So.
Italy police under fire for letting mob boss greet fans.
Oh.
Police in Rome. Police in southern Italy are under fire for allowing one of Italy's most wanted mob bosses to greet his fans after his arrest and let them kiss his hand.
Meet his fans? What is he? Okay.
He's a mob boss with fans. What can I tell you? People are dumb. Okay.
That's funny. It's because TV glorifies it so much that they don't realize that it's real.
Exactly.
And they're like, oh, he must be like a celeb. Like they don't realize this guy's really bad.
I don't know if it's pronounced Spokane or Spokane. However you pronounce it, that's where it is. Washington. Young men seek BBQ Dad for Father's Day weekend.
All right.
A group of men in their 20s in Washington state had posted a Craigslist ad seeking a generic dad to grill burgers and hot dogs for a gathering set for the Saturday of Father's Day weekend in mid-June. Qualifications include a minimum of 18 years experience as a dad and 10 years grilling experience. The successful dad must bring his own grill, but burgers and hot dogs will be provided.
That is hilarious.
This is funny. Dane Anderson tells KHQ-TV that the young men in Spokane didn't live with their fathers and, the ad says, none are prepared to fill the role of barbecue dad. Additional requirements include talking about dad things like lawnmowers, building your own deck, and musician Jimmy Buffett. Payment is food and beer. This is hilarious. I wonder how many. They probably got a lot of responses.
They probably did. Yep. That's awesome.
Anderson says several potential barbecue dads have responded. That's funny. I'm actually going to share that on Facebook. I'm sharing this on my Facebook. That was cute.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Barbecue Dad. You must talk about things like lawnmowers and Jimmy Buffett. I love it.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. I wouldn't be qualified because, one, I'm not a dad, and two, I don't know anything about Jimmy Buffett. Michelle does, and I don't know anything about lawnmowers, so... Yeah.
Prepared to talk about things like lawnmowers. You would think fishing would be one of them. Lawnmowers and fishing.
Yes, there must be fishing. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh, I love it.
Back to odd news.
Oh, you gotta love it though, really. It's great.
I love starting my day off like this. Oh my God! Here's one that I saw yesterday that I wanted to read. Here is the title: Disgruntled man releases bedbugs in Maine city office.
Oh.
You know how hard they're like nearly impossible to get rid of.
Yeah.
Okay, Augusta, Maine. The city manager in Augusta, Maine says the municipal office building had to be sprayed for bedbugs after a man threw a cup of the pests into an office counter and about 100 of them scouted off. Where do you get 100 bedbugs? From his home, maybe? Where?
I don't know. Do you just buy them like online?
I don't know. The local no-tell motel? Who knows? The city manager, William oh God, how do you say this? Brigio, tells the Kennebec Journal the man apparently complained Friday to the code enforcement office about bed bugs at his former apartment, then left but returned after he showed the cup of bugs to a manager at his new apartment and was told he couldn't live there. So he found him in his old apartment. I think the man has, I think he has a valid grievance.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Brigio says the man let the bed bugs loose in the general assistance office where he asked for a form to request assistance and apparently was told he didn't qualify. Oh, you don't threaten a man with a cup of bed bugs. Police didn't immediately release the man's name or say if any charges would be filed. I mean, the guy had obviously reached the end of his rope.
Yeah, he seemed to have. That's gross still, though. Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
Okay. Here we go.
So gross.
I am skipping ahead. We already read about the seizure. We read about the exotic cars. Man flashing money on Facebook Live. Arrested on drug charges.
Oh. Was it Andrew?
I think this is going to be a dumbass story.
Was this Andrew?
No, he's in California. Jackson, and he's not stupid. At least not like that. Nobody but this guy, I think, is really that stupid. Jacksonville, Florida. A Florida man joyfully flashing money live on the internet got a sudden surprise when police officers barged in and arrested him for allegedly selling drugs. A man identified by the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office as 22-year-old Breon Hollings went on Facebook Live to show friends a handful of money, saying, "It don't stop, man. It don't stop." Okay, so he is grammatically challenged. We know that. It don't stop, man. Okay.
Yeah, definitely grammatically challenged.
And some other ways challenged because, Facebook Live is Facebook Live and it ain't private. Not to just your friends, exactly. And I'm saying ain't so he understands me. Okay?
Yeah.
He then retrieves more money from another room and starts shuffling it when he hears Jacksonville officers warning over a loudspeaker they're about to raid the house. A stunned Hollings runs out of the room. Seconds later, officers barge in. Hollings was arrested off camera. Hollings faces numerous drug charges and was being held on $425,000 bail Saturday. It could not be determined if he has an attorney. Dumbass story of the day. He wins the award for dumbass story of the day. But we're going to continue looking because, somebody may steal that. He does win the
award. He really does.
Yeah, let's go flaunt my money where anybody and everybody can see it. My illegally gotten gains.
Yeah, he's like a dumbass.
Okay, this one requires me showing a picture, but I'll read the title first. Cat in a tree? No, it's a dog who had to be rescued. I will show you first so you can glance and see poor little pupper.
Oh, he's stuck in a tree. Oh.
Poor little pupper stuck in a tree. Okay, we got to read this because I need to know that there was a happy ending to this rescue. In this photo provided by the Kentucky State Police, Rocco, a dachshund, peeks his head through the trunk of a tree in Salem, Kentucky, Thursday, June 1st. Okay, let's see. Is it a bird in the tree? A cat? No, it's Rocco the dog, who had to be rescued by firefighters when the small dachshund got stuck inside a tree trunk. Authorities say 2 off-duty Kentucky State Troopers were mowing a cemetery in Salem on Thursday when they heard a dog barking. They looked around for several minutes and finally they found the pooch trapped inside the tree. The poor thing. Apparently Rocco had climbed into a nearby hole dug by a groundhog and found his way up through the tree trunk. That's where he became stuck. That's where he became turn around and go back down. Well, maybe there wasn't enough room for him to turn around.
Yeah, no, he probably couldn't. No.
Back out, Rocco. Back out. A firefighter came out and cut part of the tree, safely freeing Rocco. An opening in the tree is now big enough, Rocco, if he dares go on another adventure like that. Where are his owners letting him run loose?
Yeah, I don't know.
They get dumbass award follow-up prize. They don't let your dogs run loose, people.
It may be a tree in their own backyard.
He said if they were mowing a lawn in a cemetery.
Oh.
Unless they live in a cemetery, which actually could be kind of cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Oh, I like that. That looks pretty cool.
Fake cheesecake factory sign sparks buzz in New Mexico City.
Oh.
Las Cruces, New Mexico. A construction site in southern New Mexico which sparked buzz with a fake sign announcing it as a future home of a cheesecake factory is really a future emergency center. Pranksters put up the bogus sign on the gate as a joke. And I won't go into the rest of the story. We're gonna maybe get off of Yahoo and go on another site because these ads on Yahoo are really obnoxious.
They're annoying.
I mean, I know they got to pay the bills, but come on, how many do you really need?
Okay. They don't need them for like every single thing, right?
Yeah, it's like every other ad has, and it's the same ad, and I won't go into what it is, but it's an annoying photo.
It's okay. Is it an inappropriate one?
No, yes and no.
Yeah.
I mean, nail-spiked meatballs lead to suspension for an Alabama mail carrier. How do you spike a meatball with... All right, hold on.
I don't know.
All right, an Alabama mail carrier has...
Meatballs are very good. I love them.
Me too. Without nails, please. Hold the nails. An Alabama mail carrier has been suspended and charged with aggravated animal cruelty for allegedly feeding meatballs laced with nails to at least one dog on her route. Okay, that's animal cruelty. She's getting the JA award. Jack, you know what?
Terrible.
Yeah. Throw her butt in jail. Wrong number text leads couple to free Stanley Cup tickets.
Oh.
I wonder how that came about. A text message sent to the wrong number led to a Pittsburgh couple scoring free tickets to see the Penguins play Game 2 in the Stanley Cup Final.
Oh.
Amy Santora received a text offering 4 tickets to Wednesday night's game against Nashville. She called the number, and the man at the other end said he sent the text to the wrong number. Santora says the man called her back a few minutes later saying the text intended recipient only wanted 1 set of the tickets. The tickets were priced at $329, the man told Santora she could have them for free. Santora and her husband took the man up on his offer, finding seats behind the goalie. Wow. As for the mystery texter, Santora says, whoever you are, thank you. Yeah, he had to give them for free because he tried to sell them, then that would be scalping, wouldn't it? Is it still scalping if you sell them for the price that you purchased them for? Or are you just trying to recover your...
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't either. If anybody ever watches this in the future, please, and please comment.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a very good question. I think it still is, somewhat. I mean, they're not getting any money for them, but no, it's just not if it's not something you're doing. I think scalpers are people that are constantly buying it to resell it to make money.
Right.
But if you buy tickets and you can't use them, why can't you stand out there and say, look, can you use them? I paid $40, give me $40. You know what I mean?
Yep. I agree, but who knows? Who knows? Because, if you're selling tickets right outside the venue,
well, I mean,
then that keeps the venue from...
bought them and you can't go.
Right, that's true. But they want the money for those seats, whether or not they're filled. You know what I mean? So you're keeping these other people who are walking up and buying your tickets from going in and buying additional tickets. So they may see that as profit loss. You know, you're competing with them for the sale of tickets, and you know, you bought the tickets, and if you don't fill the seats, well, you know, it's your own loss. I guess that's how they would view it.
Yeah, this is true.
Okay. Some of these would be politically inflammatory, so I'm not going to.
Politically inflammatory.
All right, well, that's it on that site. I'm going to check one more site to see, because a lot of them are just, you know, the same stories regurgitated by different websites, you know.
Ew.
So now we're not interested in your regurgitated news.
Regurgitated news.
Yeah. Patriotic San Antonio squirrels caught stealing families' American flags. I believe it. After what I've seen my squirrels do out here on the porch, man, they'll take anything that ain't nailed down. If it tastes yummy.
They're awesome.
This week, an Air Force veteran in Texas was heartbroken to discover all the American flags in his front yard had been stolen. But the San Antonio's man's frustration actually turned into laughter after a neighbor showed him a video of the thieves in action. Is there a video we can watch?
Oh, it is?
I'm looking. Jennifer Northam showed us what's left of her father's flag memorial. Nothing but sticks, the flags forcibly torn off. You think they're nesting?
Yeah.
It wasn't like they had just fallen off, Northam said. Both of us were kind of heartbroken. We were just confused because we're new to the neighborhood. We didn't know if somebody did it or what happened. Let me click this on and see if it leads to a video. Hopefully it does.
I hope it does.
I know. I'm waiting for, you know, my phone is old, and it takes forever to load.
That's all right.
All right, we got it. We got a video, folks. Now I'm gonna have to hold it up. I'm gonna hold it up to my cam here. Oh, come on! It took me to a stupid ad. Click you.
You gotta link that sucker in the comments below.
Oh yeah. All right, it's got a video thing. It may. I'm clicking play. I'm making it large. Of course, there's probably going to be an ad first. Where did it go? Oh, okay, there it goes. Let's see what we got here.
Getting information about your
okay,
DNA.
When the ad is over, hopefully we'll see.
Your DNA is quicker and easier than ever thanks to DNA Reference Lab.
All the ads
Getting
all
information
time.
about your DNA is quicker and easier than ever thanks to DNA Reference Lab. Legal comprehensive. Find out what you need to know at San Antonio's DNA Reference Lab.
That was obnoxious. They just kept playing the same thing over and over.
Find out what you need to know at
come
San
on.
Antonio. Find out what you need to know at San Antonio's.
We want squirrels. We don't want no DNA thing. Come on, get out of here. We'll go to Ancestry.com if we want our DNA.
Well, this week, an Air Force veteran here was just heartbroken to discover that all the American flags in his front yard had been stolen, and some people thought the worst. But as News 4 San Antonio's Robert Price explains, the man's frustration actually turned into laughter after a neighbor showed him video of the real thieves in action.
I stood right out here and looked, and I actually picked one of them up.
Jennifer Northam shows us what's left of her father's flag memorial. Nothing but sticks. The flags.
Ah, come on.
It wasn't like...
You know, I don't know if I'm allowed to be
She says her
rebroadcasting
dad-
this. This could be a potential lawsuit. If I went to the actual person's Twitter account and played it on there, I don't think that's it. But this is a news agency. So I will link it below. I'll link it below if you want to go see it. Yeah, we don't need to be getting in trouble because we're reading dumbass news, you know. All right, let's see. All right, I think that's going to be it for today. I'll save some for tomorrow because there may not be any odd news overnight. You never know. So we got to keep our odd news. We got to keep it. Okay. What are you working on?
Oh, I made this yesterday. It's an insert for my traveler's notebook, which is this system here that uses a center elastic to hold in your booklets.
I like that.
See?
And now are the pages removable?
The booklets are removable.
Oh.
It's a booklet.
Oh.
So what I do is I washi the edges of them so that it's, I don't know, I like doing that. I'm weird. I have a craft one that I made, and this one has heavier paper in it for like watercolors or acrylics if I want to like do a wash over a page to make it look good. But I made a pocket yesterday. I love cactuses, like more than you know. And I found this cactus paper, so I used that, and I made a little pocket to go in here. Okay. And so yeah, it'll hold stickers or whatever. But I made it kind of cool because I made it have a top pocket. You can see that. Go in there. And then I also have the standard regular pocket like that. But I love this. It's fun, and I'm making another one because you can never have too many.
Can never
This
have
is what I'm
too
doing
many.
I love it when the toilet flushes itself upstairs.
Oh.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
You need that fixed because that's going to run up your water bill. It's probably, you probably have the seal on the little plunger thing that comes down and stops the water from filling up the tank. May not be sealed all the way. You may need either a new one or you may need to adjust the chain.
Yeah, Harrell just replaced all that and all the caulking and all of that. I don't really know what else he needs to do, but he does, so I'll just let him do it.
All right, we'll let Dr. Harrell fix the toilet. Oh, okay, this is what I'm working on. This is my grandson's card.
So, this I have to cut because I need to do that.
It's warming up in here, and as much as I hate to do it, I gotta put the AC on. It's loud, I know.
And then, like these strips that I saved, what I'll do is I'll laminate this and make it into a bookmark for one of my kids.
Do you have a heat laminator?
Do I have a heat laminator?
You know, the way you laminate things. Is yours the ones that, you know,
I want to buy a Scotch one. I want to buy that today. $17 at Target.
Yeah, you know, I have one of those, and every single sheet that I put through jammed. On one side, the roller wasn't working as well as the other side, and so it wasn't being pulled through evenly, and so the one side that was slower would always crinkle up and jam.
Oh, that would so piss me off.
I had a really good laminator back in the days where I used to do the Aspen memory books.
Yeah.
You know, and it ended up dying, but I had it for years, and it wasn't a Scotch. I don't remember what brand it was. But the Scotch one, yeah, I still have the pouches. I mean, I should just get another laminator in time, but I'll wait till I actually have a use for one. I could laminate my little art cards.
Aww.
I messed up my brush. I gotta try to reshape it with this stuff.
No.
Messed it up.
Now,
So I have a neighborhood council board meeting tonight that I have to do last month's minutes for. That's what I'm doing today. I got to grocery shop and go to buy low. And grocery shop, buy low.
Buy low is not.
It's supposed to be buy low, sell high.
Yeah.
Stock market. So yeah, we have buy low here. We have Piggly Wiggly here.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, we have Food Lion.
I love that too.
We have Harris Teeter. We have Whole Foods, we have Earth Fare, and we have Publix, and those are the main major South Carolina grocery stores. Oh, and there's a Kroger in Aiken. There's a Kroger in Aiken. That's,
yeah, we don't have that either. We have Stop and Shop, ShopRite, which I think you probably
Yep, those are all the ones I grew up with. Stop and Shop, ShopRite.
We have Wise's, is Weiss, W-I-S.
Okay.
We have Wegmans, Whole Foods, and Aldi.
I've heard Wegmans is cool. Never been in a Wegmans. I knew somebody worked in a Wegmans.
It is really cool.
When I grew up, we had the grocery stores my mother went to was A&P.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah, we had one of those.
Grand Union.
That one I don't know.
Grand Union was a big one back in the day.
Oh, Grand Union. Wow, I've heard of that. Yeah.
And Bohacks. Bohacks. Apostrophe S. Bohacks. That was Massapequa Park. Back in the day, they had Bohacks. And then I think there was a small store, I don't remember what it was, but it became a Dan's Supreme. It was a small grocery store. And then after Dan's Supreme, it became, what did it become? An IGA, and I think it's still an IGA. That's on Park Boulevard.
Is it still, yeah?
Yeah, I think so. Huh? Park Boulevard and Massapequa Park. Massapequa.
Gotta love it.
Okay, this is not going to cover easily. I can see. I see that now.
I see.
I'm going to have to paint the back black.
4 3/4. Go on in. Go on in.
So I better get my black out. Actually, I gotta dry this first. Okay, so I came up with a couple of new names. 2 new names for another Etsy shop.
Oh!
One of them is which now that I'm about to say it, I realize it's not very good. Throwing Stones. Okay, so no, we're not going to go with that because it's going to be mostly rock art and maybe some bookmarks and stuff like that. But what do you think about Art of Stone?
I like that, actually.
Instead of Heart of Stone, Art of Stone?
Yeah, I like that. I do.
Okay, I think that's what I'm going with.
I really do. I do.
I have an old Etsy shop that I never did anything with that I opened in 2008. So it'll look like I've been on Etsy for 9 years, which I actually have, but not as a seller. I've only been selling for 3-4 years on Etsy in my other shop. See now, the BDI Beth shop on Etsy is coin rings, and they tell you if you want to be successful on Etsy, you really should not mix products in your shop. You want to be known as the coin ring person or the rock art person or whatever. So they tell you to open separate shops.
And they also make more money off you that way, too.
I don't think they do, because they really only charge you 20 cents per listing and then a percentage of your sales. And then if you use them for postage, then you have to pay the postage. And that's it. So I don't see how they would make any extra money, because it's not like there's a monthly fee that I know of, unless Etsy has changed things and I've got to go look. But if it is, it's very nominal.
No.
If it is, it's nominal. It's probably only a couple of bucks. So opening a second Etsy shop is not a big deal. The only thing is I have 0 sales and 0 reviews. So I'm starting from scratch. And, people are less likely to trust you as a seller if you have no sales. So What I think I might do is put a couple of listings up there and advertise them and see
That's a good idea.
what I can
Do
do.
it from your other shop, that's all.
Yeah.
Can you do that? Do it from your other shop?
No, I don't think so.
Because if you say, look, I also do another art.
Well, yeah, I can do that. People say, check out my other Etsy shop. I've seen that.
Yeah, that's what I meant, yeah.
But, a lot of people don't actually look at my shop. They do a search, find the one item, and they never go beyond that. You see what I mean? So they're just selling, buying my item and not actually seeing my shop. So,
This is so true.
I don't know. Somebody help me out here. Buy a rock from me. Give me a rating.
Come over here and buy a rock.
I'll start out with some cheap rocks.
You should name the shop Getting My Rocks Off.
Yeah, I had come up with several names that were kind of like that, and with the name Stoned, or Stones, or Stoner. And I'm thinking, no, I don't want my grandkids to know I have a shop that has something to do with Stoned and Stoner.
Name of all.
Yeah, no. No, we're not gonna go that route. If I was a single 20-something and I actually did partake, I would probably consider doing that, but I am neither of those.
I know, right? No, okay.
So, let's not invite ridicule and trouble and embarrassment. But I do see the humor behind it, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, that's funny. Yeah,
the play on words.
Yep, definitely. No. Definitely.
But, yeah, I think Art of Stone is going to be it. And then this way, if it's not just rocks, this still has art in the title.
I like it, yeah.
I had come up with a whole bunch that had to do with, like, hobbits and stuff. The Hobbit's Hearth. And Hearthstone, and things like that. I was throwing around castles, Castle Keep, Castle Keepers, Stone Castle. I was really going way off in left field with some of these names.
We're definitely on a roll.
I was on a rock. I was on a Rolling Stone. How about the Rolling Stone?
I'm sure there is one already.
Yeah, Art of Stone is good because it's a play on Heart of Stone and it's art on stones.
Yeah, I like it.
And it's not hard to... It's easy. I like easy to remember names for people who, BDI Beth. People don't forget that because they laugh. It makes them laugh, so they remember it.
No, they're not forgetting that.
Yeah. No.
No one's forgetting that one.
No, they're not. I gotta wait for this to dry. I could hold it in front of the air conditioning. Then I'd probably end up dropping it. Let's see. Now put it on my little dryer over here. The only thing is my dryer is also loud. Everything in this cabin is loud. There's nothing quiet in this cabin. There's always, some sort of whirring background noise or something,
Always a noise, right? There's always something. Always.
It's always something.
There's always something happening.
Oh. Yeah, so I got things that I have to do today that I don't necessarily want to do, but they got to be done, so I have to pretend I'm a responsible adult today.
I hear ya.
Bite the bullet and just, do what I got to do, and then I got to go to the meeting tonight. I mean, once I'm there, I'm okay, but the whole build up to it, it's like, oh, there's a meeting tonight. I really wish it wasn't today. I'm not up to it, but, I go anyway, obviously, because I am an adult and I am trying to be responsible. But it's kind of makes me, I am automatically start thinking, what did I get myself into? I don't think I'm going to run next year. I don't know if I want to do this anymore. It's cutting into my free time, and,
Well, that's the thing. You got to think about that. If it's becoming a factor like that, then you definitely want to...
If it becomes too much like work, and not enough
that's
like
what
I
it is,
feel
right?
like I'm actually that if I have to feel like my contribution is actually making a difference. If my contribution, my time and my effort in writing the newsletter and going to the meetings and arranging things and doing the minutes is actually making a difference, and it has been because a lot more people have been showing up. We've got new members and everything.
Yeah.
You know, then I'll continue doing it, but I do not want any more responsibilities added. I am doing the work of 2 board members. I'm doing the work of the publicist and the work of the secretary, and sometimes doing the work of the vice president, who,
That's a lot of work.
you know, and I said to our president that when the office becomes too much of a burden and you aren't able to do even your basic duties as stated in our bylaws, you really need to give up your office. You need to you need to step down from your position and allow somebody else who does have the time and can make the effort in to do this. You know, we have yearly elections, but, you know, I haven't seen that our vice president has done very much, even before she's having the issues that she's having now. Now, the issues she's having, I've already been through, and it involves having to take care of a family member who, you know, has gone downhill. And so, yes, I see where she's not able to do what she has to do, but I can't see where she really did much of anything at all even before that. So I think it's time, and nobody's going to say to her step down because of what's going on in her life right now. But she's one of those people that always seems to have something going on in her life, so nobody ever wants to approach her to say, hey, maybe you should step down. And I think she uses that as like her armor.
That's her leverage, yep.
You know, so sooner or later, we're going to catch on that, hey, you know, if it's not one thing, it's another, and it's been a year, and, you know, maybe it's just time to step down and run again for the position in another year where you don't have so much going on in your life. But, you know.
Or, you know, she might need it in her life.
Yeah, but, you know, we're not here for that. She needs to go join something else. You know, if you're not in it for the benefit of the neighborhood and you're only in it for your own benefit, then you have no business being on the board. You know, go find a club, go join a club, go find something else to use up your time, you know. But yeah, I think she kind of needs that, you know, I'm the vice president of our neighborhood council, and, you know, I don't know, maybe it's just that she doesn't want to give up her position. But we'll see. She's
more likely.
I don't have any issues with her as a person, not at all. But she's had a lot going on. And I wonder, you know, at what point, I don't know.
Just let go.
I don't know. But, you know, we said we weren't going to talk about politics, and this is bordering politics, so I'm going to let this go. I'm going to, well, it's neighborhood politics, and you're talking about board members and stuff, so I'm going to let this go because it's boring to anybody who's not involved. But I will make the point of, you know, if you can't do your job right, you need to either start doing it right or give it up to somebody who can. Or will. Exactly. Make an effort, people. Make an effort. Stop making excuses. I don't like excuse makers.
Be an adult.
I know. I can make a million excuses for not going to that meeting tonight, and at least 2 of them would be valid. But I am a grown-up. And I made this commitment, even though I may regret it. I made this commitment, and I'm not only going to show up, but I'm going to do the best job I could possibly do at the job because I made the commitment.
And they probably really appreciate that and are not used to it because it seems like they've had quite a
things have fallen off. Things had fallen off in the last several years, and they're getting back up again. But, you know, there's a lot of work involved in doing that. Yeah,
it's a slow process.
It is. It's a process.
Yeah, it's a slow process. And you're helping them to get back on their feet again, which is good. And it's your neighborhood as well, so you want to make sure that it's done properly. I hear you 100%. Look how cute that is. Oh my god. Sorry, cute.
That part's done now. I gotta do the edges.
I'm gonna keep that because I broke it.
What'd you break?
I actually cut through the second piece of paper because I wasn't paying attention to what I was cutting. And, yeah, it's okay. It's the back of the folder anyway. No one's going to see it. I don't actually care.
So you have...
Are you going back down or up to see the boys this weekend?
I will go pick up my grandson Eddie on Thursday.
Oh, that's nice. So he'll have grandma time.
Yes, he will. He will be coming here on Thursday. I think he's happy about it.
Of course he is.
I know he really missed his little brother when his little brother wasn't there. And his little brother missed him, but his little brother was distracted by fun things. And, you know, for Eddie, it was just, daily life. And so he was, so he could feel that, little brother missing. More than...
And they're so... And they could play together, so that's why.
Yeah.
He was missing playmate. He was. Do they know what state they're moving to?
They know where they're going to try to move, in the beginning is Arizona.
Uh-huh.
But according to my sister, who, you see, I've never been involved in the military, and I've never been with anybody who was in the military, so I know very little about it. But my sister Barbara was married to a Navy man. And she said while he's training these 9 months in Arizona, they're not going to get to see him anyway, so there's really no point of uprooting yourself and moving there.
Right.
But they insist that this is what they want to do. They insist this is what they want to do, and I think Jess is looking forward to the change and the move, She's moved so many times in her life. I think this is the longest she's ever lived in one place. And she's feeling that itch, I think.
Yeah,
Plus, who really wants to rent? Who wants to rent from their mom?
I understand her.
Yeah, and who wants to rent from their mom? I mean, there are benefits to it. You're not going to get kicked out if you miss rent. But still, you don't want your mom's boyfriend calling you up saying, "Hey, you're late on your rent," and that kind of thing. It doesn't sit with you as well as it would a stranger who you're renting from. It's like, okay, well, that's the only relationship I have with this person is landlord. But when you start mixing landlord, family, relative, things get a little, you have guilt. You get guilt and, other things get in the way. And, so it's never really good to rent, to do business with family members, unless you have a really unusual or very good relationship where... it's balanced,
Yeah.
But, it offered her security at a time that she needed that kind of security in her life, and I was glad that I could do that for her, and now it's time to move on. Besides, that place is too small for them. That place is really set up for a couple and maybe one child, maybe. It's 2 bedrooms. It's 2 bedrooms, a small living room, a very tiny backyard, but it's fenced in at least. And the front, and the front yard is not really, it's decorative. There's not really much to it. And, the homeowners association fees go to them mowing and leaf blowing and stuff.
Right.
So, all right. So what I did was I painted the back black. I'm showing my card. There's the front. And there's the back. And the edges are black now too. So that kind of gives it a nice...
Oh, I love it.
A nice look. Are you watching? Is it on? Are you watching on YouTube? What?
What?
Are you watching on YouTube?
Yep.
You are. Nobody's in there, huh?
I'm alone.
It said nobody was in there one time, and my sister Barbara said, I was watching you guys. So I'm thinking, is this the same thing as Ustream, where you can't really count on whether or not it says anybody's watching? Plus, people who are not watching directly on YouTube or watching through a third-party app or some other way, they're not going to show up. So, for all we know, we could have a dozen people watching on different platforms or in different countries, and we'd never know. We'd never know because YouTube is not going to show them as viewers. and they're not gonna be able to comment unless, you know, after the fact they go onto the YouTube video replay and comment. But we'd never know, because same thing with the Ustream. When I watch from my Ustream app, which is a third-party app on my Apple TV, I don't show up as a viewer on that person's Ustream channel when they're looking at it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so I mean, it is a possibility that, you know, somebody could be watching us, or just, and people could just like stop in, see what's going on, and say, this is boring, or this isn't for me, and move on. You know, so you never know. I mean, I do that. I stream hop all the time. I started doing that on Meerkat.
Yes,
you know,
me too. Yep.
You know, it's like, well, okay, I'll watch them for a couple of seconds and see what's going on, and maybe I'll go back and check on them later, because they're not at the point where, you know, somebody's painting their house or something. You know. Yeah.
Absolutely.
My water's dirty.
Pardon me. My goodness.
What was that?
I'm choking.
No dying on the stream.
I need a glue. I need a good glue.
What kind of glue? A white glue?
Good glue.
A white glue like Aileen's?
Oh, I love that. Oh, I love her glue. Yeah, like the tacky glue.
Tacky glue. My favorite quick adhesive glue. It's white and it dries clear. Of all times is the Scotch quick dry adhesive, and I showed this on another stream not too long ago. I mean, this thing glues and dries in seconds. And it's not like, it's just a white glue that dries really fast. Where the heck is it?
I need that.
Scotch. You can get it at any of the craft supply places. It's Scotch quick dry adhesive, and it is a white glue. It has a no run formula, precision tip, and this is what I use to glue the end tips of my paper beads when I do my paper beads before they're glazed. You know, you gotta, you roll them up, and when you reach the end of the roll, there's that little tip left that, you know, if you let it go, it's gonna unravel, you know, so you gotta glue that down just a little bit, and I use that glue, and it glues it, you know, so fast, and it dries almost right away. Within a few seconds, I can glaze it if I want. So that was like the perfect glue for me.
It was indeed.
Oh, I don't want to go to the board meeting tonight. Stop whining, Beth. I'm whining. Tell me to shut up.
My other one. But I want to do something first. Oh, I can't now. Fudge. Oh, well. I don't need to. It's okay. It's a little different than the other one. So I finished this one now. All done.
Very nice. I like that paper too. It's very cool. That's the one I said looks like old-fashioned wallpaper.
Yeah, it does. And the
like
outside is a little bit, it's foil, and the inside is just plain. I like it.
Now, do you have, I wasn't really watching you make that. Do you have a pattern?
Just a formula. I don't have a pattern, no.
We're getting poor connection. What's going on? Uh-oh. Poor connection. Poor connection. Are you back? What happened? Are you there? Yeah, poor connection.
Hello?
Yeah, you're back, sort of. Picture's not so great.
All right, let's see how this works. Tell me how that is, if it helps.
Well, if we're connected. The picture isn't all that great, though. It's very, it's very low quality.
Because my desk is a mess. Because that's how my desk is. Okay, so this is another one.
Oh,
I need to make one for Michaela with Batman stuff on it.
Dumb. I just did something very dumb.
Uh-oh, what'd you do?
Oh, I didn't realize I had paint on my finger, and I went to just touch the card, and I got black paint on it, and now I gotta get the red out again. And oh, Beth, oh my God.
You're very bad.
I'm just not with it this morning. I'm very groggy. I am groggy, Beth. That's why I don't feel like doing anything.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's why you did. Oh, that's so clever.
Hey!
Yeah. How's little Miss Daisy doing?
Daisy is doing slightly better. She still wants to
She's not
hide.
healthy?
She still wants to hide under a bed, but
She's fine.
she's intestinal wise, she's not having that issue so much anymore. She
Okay.
is when she goes out, but she's not having accidents because of it.
Excellent. Poor thing.
So yeah, she's just very, very sensitive, and does
She
not
is,
like
yeah.
change. And there's been a lot of change in her little life lately.
Yeah, she's had a lot of change going on, definitely.
So I'm trying to spend more time with her. I had her out here with me yesterday, and
What if you put her bed out there? Would you like
well,
it?
I did. I've got it here. It's still here actually, and you know, she did sleep for a while, but it's like the minute I moved, she jumps up like, "Oh, are we leaving now? Are we leaving now?" You know, like she can't wait to get out of here.
Oh, my mom is calling me, which is weird.
All right. Well, we can end the stream. I think we're done for the day. You want to go?
Yeah, I need to go.
All right. Have a good day, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna call her.